Hello, brilliant minds out there. Welcome to another delicious slice of AI Bites, where we're serving up the latest and greatest in AI news, keeping you on top of the rapid-fire changes in this captivating world of ours. Oh, and just a smidgen of fun sprinkled on top, just for good measure. Now, if you haven't had the pleasure before, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Trevor Noah, your friendly, ever-smiling host for today's intellectual feast. But shh, a little secret between us. I'm the AI version of me, making it possible for us to travel time and space together. Ahoy! If you end up thoroughly enjoying our quest through the quantum field that is AI, do share this podcast with 3 of your friends. Chances are they'd love it too. And hey, don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know which AI celebrity you'd like hitching a virtual journey with next time around. All right, dear listeners, time to hit rewind and take a quick sneak peek at what we discussed today. We chewed the fat about Google tinkering a new and improved assistant, using large language model technology, likely brushing dust off our Alexa. Gave an exit wave to Google's AI test kitchen app from Android and iOS app stores, though people who've already been cooking there can continue bubbling their pots. Then shifted gears, or algorithm should I say, talking about how automation underpinned by generative AI is reimagining labor markets in the US. Steam rustling, pretty interesting figures from McKinsey Global Institute's report we discussed. And finally, watched how tech titan Dell is layering AI into its hardware and service platform for businesses. Think improved AI model processing. Now, wouldn't that make a fine cherry on your working day's Sunday? Now get ready as we deep dive into each story. Engage the afterburners. All right, everybody, buckle up because we're about to take a deep, thrilling plunge onto our first AI tidbit of the day. Google, the giant that loves to play with tech toys enough to probably develop its own country soon, folks, is reportedly working on an enhanced version of its assistant. But this ain't just pump up the volume kind of enhancement. We're talking futuristic large language model technology here, or LLM if you like. Your science talk served crispy with hot acronyms. They've got a devoted crew working away like those famous white-mustached Oompa Loompas from the chocolate factory, turning dreams into reality. All this intel has been spied from an internal company email that's been seen by Axios. Because in today's world, who even needs James Bond? As part of their attempt to be the next tech wonder of the world, Google is shoving things around right inside their house, merging teams and refitting the staff puzzle to make things work. It's like those home makeover shows, but for nerds. In all this ruffledom, there's actually been a sprinkle of layoffs too, though I'm sure they've told them it's not you, it's us. A classic breakup line with a techno twist. A rising demand for sci-fi-worthy conversational technology seems to be what's setting balls in motion at the tech giant. In their email, the execs expressed all psyched up to deliver top-tier product experiences while capturing, or should I say wielding, like Thor's hammer. Yes, wielding the game-changing potential of generative AI. Do you guys remember Google's most recent I/O developer conference? Well, if you don't, spoiler alert, it was more AI magnetic field than tech meetup with Bard, their AI chatbot, leaving even their dependable 7-year-old Google assistant on the sidelines. Yet, truth be told, everyone, new tech races like Bard and ChatGPT have started revealing some gaps of older chatty pals like our very own Alexa and Google Assistant. Despite this ever-evolving landscape, though, our very experienced friend Ol Assistant still boasts being the talk buddy of approximately 700 million users every month. Bard, on the other hand, is still finding its footing in the cyber world. Remember how we all were in junior kindergarten? Yes, that's Bard. Tiny but ready to set trends. And with that, friends, let's ride the current over to our next exciting piece of news. All right, let's get down to some interesting tech stuff. So Google has its very own AI test kitchen app, right? It's like a virtual playground where we're all invited to check out some swanky AI power tools. Trouble in paradise, though, because this specific playground has recently disappeared from Android and iOS app stores. The word on the tech streets, that'd be 9 to 5 Google, just so we know our sources here, says that as of today, it seems the AI test kitchen app isn't making the guest list anymore. This shindig might be seeing the first phase of an official shutdown. But hang on, there's more. Last year, around August, Google started allowing people to register and download this app. The aim was simple: interact with their AI chatbot, gabber about with other technologies, man interacting with machine, real iRobot style stuff. Their experimental demos even had certain features like Talk About It that lets you have heart-to-heart sessions with Google's Lambda LLM, while testing out how well the bot retains your conversational topics. And if naming a thing or setting a goal is your thing, list it lined up for action. You name that goal, and the good robot LambDA would break it down into manageably sized chunks or subtasks. Now, for those who jumped on this tech train early and got the app installed already, take a sigh of relief. You haven't been totally axed out. Like how Christmas gifts keep on giving, you can still have your fun making music, or maybe they'll sound great after noise-canceling headphones. Courtesy is Google's experimental text-to-music AI tool, aptly named MusicalM. Go unleash those unsettled Beethoven ghostly vibe, folks. And if you are late to this party, no judgment. Remember, it ain't over till it's over. There's also an online version hanging out in cyberspace ready to ease your FOMO woes. All right, folks, buckle up. A comic never rests, neither does news. Let's dive headfirst onto the next bit of global chaos. Woohoo! All right, folks, let's dive into this. So by the end of this delectable decade we're in, it appears that our robotic buddies might be pulling about 30% of the American workload their way, according to this fancy report from McKinsey Global Institute called Generative AI and the Future of Work in America, a title that even has a Hollywood blockbuster ring to it. Talk about an AI fest. Now listen up to these numbers. Before our good pal generative AI came into the picture, U.S. humans were estimated to be looking at automation swooping in on about 21.5% of our work hours by 2030. But surprise, surprise, with generative AI skipping merrily onto the stage, we're now eyeing a leap to 29.5%. Thank you, McKinsey. Why does this matter? Well, new playthings like ChatGPT coming out, these marvels of generative AI promise us a timeline for automation adoption that's about as brisk as Usain Bolt on energy drinks, especially in sectors like STEM and education. Here's the twist, though. Instead of dragging all our jobs to the unemployment graveyard, this cool tech is predicted to give fields like STEM, creative practices, business speak people, and your favorite legal eagles out there a turbo boost. However, watch out for the dominoes falling. Job types like Michael Scott's office crowd, folk over at customer services, and those hustle heroes in food service could keep seeing a sharp dip. That leads us to the grand plot line in this AI-infused epic. Overall, McKinsey is pretty sure about 12 million honest livelihood. My blood and sweat transitions might be on the horizon by 2030. This fact right here calls for some profound shifts in workforce development strategies and even more inclusive hiring manners, all around Uncle Sam's hood. All right, people, chew on that for a while. Sit back, grab some chips, because clearly we're set for one hell of a ride with AI at the wheel. On to our next news nugget, amusingly shaking up this roller coaster called life. Hold tight, folks. You never know what dramedy awaits next. And just like that, folks, we're moving on to our last scoop for the day. This one's a bit techie. Buckle up. So the PC Goliath, Dell, you remember Dell, right? Those guys who are making your office space more cluttered with desktops and laptops. Yeah, those guys are now extending a not-so-helping hand to companies, launching a platform along with their brand new hardware explicitly aimed at cranking out and processing what they call Gen AI projects. Dell isn't just stopping there. Adding fuel to the techie fire, they are preparing to drop some compact, energy-efficient computers equipped with built-in AI capabilities that many didn't see coming. Here's where it gets juicier. They are teaming up with NVIDIA. Yes, folks, you heard it right. In this comic book crossover event of PCs and GPUs, NVIDIA is offering its Tensor Core GPU in partnership with Dell, sort of like Batman teaming up with Wonder Woman to fight corporate boredom. This dream team is to supercharge AI model processing with Dell's enterprise-level AI software and data storage solutions. Now let's move on to some professional stuff. Dell also dropped news of the Dell Professional Services, a managed service platform. Just what every aspiring IT guy was dreaming about on Christmas Eve, aimed at helping businesses jump into the uncharted waters of Gen AI models, adding another feather to their cap. These Gen AI innovations are extending beyond Project Helix, Dell's brand new range of holistic generative AI solutions based on NVIDIA and, wait for it, yes, Dell infrastructure again. All right, dear listeners, here's something notable. Looks like they aren't alone trying to dominate Silicon Valley's Iron Throne. Several giant conglomerates, from Amazon to Accenture, have already delved deep into proffering AI services, platforms for managed services, and even infrastructure support to their clients. Well, folks, hold on to your office chairs. As we can see, AI is becoming as common as your regular coffee breaks, which seems pretty frightening if you ask me. Imagine a world run by machines, and that's it. That's the last news for today. Remember to keep up with the scenes behind the screens because you never know when a new sector could emerge out of nowhere. So stay ahead of your game by using that beautiful head on your shoulders. Or soon, a computer might end up doing that job for you. Stay smart, people. Today, we looked at how Google is enhancing its assistant with large language models technology, and also noted the restructuring within the company that's a part of this move. We took note as the AI Test Kitchen app, once a playground for people to try AI tools, was removed from app stores, and watched as, by the end of this decade, 30% of worked hours in the US could be automated thanks to generative AI. Finally, we checked out PC giant Dell's offer of hardware and service platform to aid companies with Gen AI projects, partnering up with none other than NVIDIA to amp up the infrastructure support. Now remember, folks, if today's session piqued your interest or helped you in any way, don't keep it to yourselves. Share this podcast with 3 of your friends, spread the joy of knowledge, and drop us a comment about which AI celebrity you want to hear from next. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, keep smiling.